As soon as a baby is born, from the very first seconds of life, society extends over a newborn the protective umbrella of legal institutions. Taking the life of this newly arrived human being is a serious criminal offense, punishable by a long prison sentence, and sometimes even the death penalty. Even simply failing to provide the little person with proper care and attention will be considered by the law, and in fact by society, as a violation or crime. Where does this concern for the newborn stem from? Society has determined that every person, especially a helpless one, is under the protection of its legal institutions. Parents or guardians are legally obligated to provide proper care for the new human being. No one has any doubts or disagreements about this arrangement of social relations and the corresponding legal framework. But how does a person who was born 10 minutes ago differ from one who is about to be born, say, in 10 minutes? Obviously, there is absolutely no difference. The vast majority of laws in many countries interpret these social perceptions in the same way. Late-term abortion is considered a criminal offense. Well, we see that a person born 10 minutes ago is no different from someone who is about to be born in 10 minutes. Society also extends its protection to this human being, safeguarding this life with appropriate laws. And what about someone who has 15 minutes left until birth? 1 hour? 1 day? Probably. There are no differences between them either. Neither from a biological point of view, nor from the point of view of social protection of their lives through the law. We can move backward from the time of birth, and with each step ask ourselves the same question. Does society still protect the unborn person through the law? What if there is still a week until birth? A month? 2 months? Someone was born at 7 months, 3 months, 6 months, and so on. This leads to the crucial question: at what point does society cease, or rather, not yet begin, to protect the unborn child or human embryo through law? Obviously, this is not a question of biology or medicine. Initially, it's not even a question of law. Primarily, it's a question of ethics. A question of the ethical norms and values that are inherent in a given society at a given time. For this reason, different societies answer this question in different ways. In societies with deep Catholic roots, for example, the situation is viewed in one way. In societies where liberal ideas are entrenched, it is viewed differently. At the same time, any group opinion includes absolutely polar, even marginal, views, but this is a natural characteristic of almost every group judgment on almost any issue. At some point, society's found a way out. It turns out that if you argue about a question for a long time, that question will almost automatically be squeezed into the courts or to the government for resolution. Just as fingers pressing in opposite directions squeeze toothpaste onto a toothbrush. The court or the government is effectively forced by society to answer a question that is primarily ethical in nature and only acquires legal character at the final stage. But questions of ethics are in some ways similar to questions of aesthetics. Can a court make judgments about which color is more pleasing to the eye, which painting is more emotionally resonant, which melody is more pleasant? Of course, whatever decision is reached, and by whatever means, it will never satisfy everyone. The most that can be expected is that the decision will satisfy the majority and the expert community. Of course, different societies and different social groups will answer this question very differently, and the established views will change over time. After all, there is no single, unambiguous answer to questions of ethics. It is perfectly obvious that society has the right to enshrine its ethical norms and values in law. And if a community decides to provide legal protection for the life and health of a future human being, a human embryo, from the moment of conception, then so be it. For us, this is an ethical norm, such a society declares to its opponents. We have the right to legal protection of our ethical views, just as we have the right to freedom of religion. We have only just begun our journey of responsibly covering complex social issues, and we ask for your support through encouraging comments, sharing our videos, and financial contributions.